Okay, so that's not my episode, is it? It's not. On today's episode of SUP with B.R.O, a slightly unprofessional presentation with Bossman Rambling On, right? So today we are going to do something a little bit unexpected because I got an unexpected response today, so I'm going to have to address that. Now, I'm not sure how many months back, or even, I can't tell you how long. I had a problem with a profile that I'd created on Meta, Facebook, right? And essentially it was a situation where I created a profile. I was trying to get as much interaction as I possibly could. I made sure to put a picture up on my face. I was inviting as many friends as I could. I even had rights to a lot of the pages that I had created from the other profiles I had. By example, I have a page called Bossman Learning and another one called Bossman Teach. It used to be called Bossman Teaching, but I changed it to Teach so that it doesn't get so that when you're searching for my name, you know that Teach is different from teaching, right? So I'm trying to give context to the story. So what had happened was I created this account so that I could be more focused on all of the pages that I run. So the Bossman Teaching, the Bossman Digital Media, Bossman Cinema YT, the Bossman Champloo, out of many one Bossman, which is just referred to as one Bossman. Yeah, I couldn't even edit that in time. Anyway, so those, that's just the 5, right? I also have with Still Learn. I recently had only one first person tutor, right? The idea of creating the faceless content on behalf of, the teacher and the student, really. Teachers will learn how to make the faceless content as well as students will learn from it. So ultimately, I was trying my best to be as transparent as possible. Anyway, hold on. So with that in mind, what had happened was, at some point, my ad account was disabled. I was attempting to run an ad, and then, obviously there was, at first I got a message saying it was insufficient funds, such and such and such. That's understandable if that was the case. But then I noticed that it said, oh, this ad account has been disabled due to suspicious activity. So, can we fast forward the story? Yeah, so what happened was, I had all of these pages connected to, let me just write, I can write the name right there. Right? So this is the name of the profile I created, and under that profile you would have the Bossman Teaching, the Bossman Cinema, the Bossman Digital Media, the Bossman Champloo, out of many one Bossman, we Still Learn, only one first person tutor, and all the other pages, right? So I had a problem. My ad account got disabled. Now, when it said suspicious activity, like I made an appeal once, but I guess maybe what I had was not sufficient evidence or whatever the case. I don't know. But then I was tinkering around with the profile last night, and I decided to write them one more time. So I decided to write up contact support one more time. I can't even read what I wrote. Let's read it. All right, so I'm trying not to make this awkward, right? They have told me that in order to write an appeal, they say you must attach certain things to the financial statement. So fine. So I went ahead and I wrote it like this. I wrote number one. I mean, almost like bullet points, right? So bullet point 1, 1, 3, 2, right? And then after that, no charges have been made. My page was disabled from creating ads, right? So that's the first thing I started with. Yeah. So long story short, let me just, okay. I'm trying to say what I'm saying without, giving up all of my information, right? So I said, for the purposes of transparency and clarity, my real name is JCW, right? As presented on all visas and passports bearing my identity, I'm the owner of the debit card ending in, asterisk, right? Which is a MasterCard associated with, such bank, right? I attempted to add my debit card to the ad account for this right here. Hold on. Right, so let me repeat that. I attempted to add my debit card to the ad account for this page, but it was disabled with immediate effect. I assume this was because my page, being fairly new, did not have sufficient page history upon creating this profile, right? And I made sure to write the name of the profile again. Additionally, I surmised that I had attempted to start creating ads for my pages far too soon after the date of my page's creation. The rate of my posts and uploads perhaps came across as suspicious due to the pace at which I had uploaded. Okay, so, I'm trying to make my case here. However, I do believe that I've demonstrated significant, hold on, let's try that again. So, however, I do believe I've demonstrated significant, alright, let's try that again. However, I do believe that I've demonstrated significant history on the page to prove that I'm the owner of this account. I also have a page for teaching called Only One First Person Tutor, where I focus purely on teaching mathematics in the form of faceless content, right? I can provide you with a list of the pages I have under my admin control, which I can also prove belong to me by way of using my national ID. The pages listed can be seen in 3 of 10 of the screenshots, right, that I've made available in the attachment below, right? Another page, CBK, is a page I set up on behalf of my father, to which I have proof of admin rights from my other Facebook profiles. In photo 6 of 10, you can see that this page is listed under the name Bossman Learning, right? So Bossman Learning is another profile that I have besides this one, right? Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to ignore them. The aforementioned page can be seen in photo 7 of 10. A comparison between photo 6 of 10 and 8 of 10 will show some overlap between the pages I've created for pages such as, I've listed them, right? The ones that they have in common. So you can actually see, like, okay, Bossman Cinema, one JM, one Wilderness, Bossman Champloo, right? Can be seen on both profiles. I sincerely hope that the images along with the information above provides enough degrees of proof that I'm the owner of the ad account for this particular page. Yeah. So that's what I wrote to them. And then surprisingly, I had received a response. And yeah, the response was saying, we're pleased to inform you that that the issue has been resolved. They gave me a list of, things that I probably should do in order to have the account verified and so on. But funny enough, I think because it has been lifted and that my account has sufficient money in there, yeah, it almost, you almost had to forego that experience, because from what I can tell, if I decided to try and run an ad right now, I'm not gonna have a problem, because before there was like this red, this red stop sign saying, hey, you know, there's an issue with your ad account. Contact customer support in order to resolve the issue. So I did that, and this is how I resolved that issue, right? So, yeah, I mean, honestly, my masters of education in reading education did not fail me. I write very well, apparently. Ugh. Yeah, so this is my way of my response um to Meta, right? This is my vote of thanks. This is my vote of thanks, because I mean, it's a bit frustrating when you know that the issue can be resolved. And because I had enough and significant proof by using a lot of cross referencing, I'm saying, hey, it's the same person. If you look on the images, it's me. I am in all of those images. I take pictures of my face that you can clearly see. It's me on Bossman Learning. It's me on Bossman Teach. It's me on Bossman JC Winning. So you can see my face and likeness. So there's I'm not hiding anything. I'm not pretending to be somebody else. I'm not impersonating. This is me. And I've even given you my real name. And of course, yeah. So J stands for something. C stands for something. W stands for something. So I gave you my real name. See? Bossman JCW. Right? So yeah, this is a story of how I got my how I got the imagine if it was a ban, I got the ban lifted. Okay, that's what the story is about, right? So yeah, yeah, and it happened. Well, I saw the reply to me this morning, so I figured, well, let me not let the opportunity go to waste. So let me just talk about that. In other news, I have so much work to do. It's literally just daunting, and I'm just going to look at it as a one day at a time affair. You know, um, yeah, I am I'm glad to be in the place where I am. You know, seek your opportunities and create them. Don't forget to create them, because what is going to save you is your own system, your own business, your own platform. That is what's gonna you being a hunter, you being the fisherman. Feed yourself for life. Don't just feed yourself once, because having a job from some organization, that feeds you once. It doesn't feed you for life. You coming up with what belongs to you in the form of being a CCO. When you become your own CCO, you're constantly creating opportunities. That is how you create something for yourself that will allow you to feed yourself for life. Right? Feed yourself for life. Don't just feed yourself one time. Because when you're 95, you pay your bills. That's it. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, folks, this was an episode of Sup with Bro, right? I just wanted to share that. Now, there are some things I need to do. And it's let me tell you what I have to do. Right now, I just need to be rich. Because I have to turn off the fan if I want to make content that's a little quieter. But then the white noise, I kind of need it sometimes. So, that's fine. But then when I'm recording other videos, like let's say on behalf of somebody else, I might want to turn off my fan. Because then it's too loud. But then you hear that. I can't win. I don't know. So, hey, learn how to be Ashura and not Indra. I'll explain that some other time, some other day on this episode of